No, half the movie is them going, "Are you talking to me? Yeah, I'm talking to you. No, are you talking to me? No, I'm talking to you. Yeah, you're talking to me. Hey, you gonna get me? No, I'm gonna get you. You gonna get me? No, I'm gonna get you."
I'll get the money. You better give me the money.
We could have cut. This movie could have been an hour and a half.
Welcome back to the big room, the latest podcast to be blocked by Garth Brooks on Instagram. Unblock me, G. This week we watched, speaking of G's, watched another gangster movie.
That's close.
Gangsters from the 50s
G
through
for gangster.
70s. Watched Goodfellas.
We did watch good.
G is for Goodfellas.
Goodfellas.
And for Garth, who's
And-
the worst. But before that, you had a thing.
I had a fact. So,
But not for this movie.
it's not for this movie. It's for last week's movie. More specifically about the lead actor in last week's movie, but not the Sundance Kid.
Paul Newman.
This is about Paul Newman, and I cannot believe that we didn't take note of. He started Newman's salad dressing.
What?
Are you
It's
kidding?
the same guy.
That's the guy on the bottles?
The guy on the bottle
is Paul Newman?
is Paul Newman.
Paul Newman is salad
Is
cosplay
salad,
man?
Salad King.
Salad.
He's the salad
Paul
cosplay
Newman
guy.
Find
is
it.
the salad. He's the salad.
It is, in fact, Paul Newman's own dressing.
It is.
Newman's own.
It's Newman's own. Well, God bless.
My-
How did we miss that?
How do we miss that? My boss said it, and it blew my mind. I was like, "Oh my god,
It doesn't really
Why did he get into salad though? Like that's a very
Yeah.
niche market.
why not?"
Oh,
a
he even
movie
has on a
star.
cowboy hat
Not for some of the flavors. The flavor, like
for ranch.
yeah, every
Ranch. If it
calls
it's
for it.
it's ranch. It kind of
It's
scans. Why does
ranch.
the?
Well,
So
no.
can I see the label again?
Here he is in
It
a
ki- it kinda
balsamic
looks like-
vinaigrette looking like Miss Claus.
I think it looks like
It kind of
him.
looks like if Paul
Just
Newman
camera.
and like Anderson Cooper were anamorphed. It doesn't look like straight Paul Newman to me.
Oh, that's that right there. That's
That looks like him.
I don't know. That's Paul Newman with Anthony Bourdain. Maybe I just don't know what Paul Newman looks like.
Yeah, you were just too focused on Sundance Kid last week.
We're so used to young
He's
Paul
gorgeous.
Newman. That's like
Yeah, I mean,
what,
Wow, they make so
50s?
many things.
they make so many dressings.
They make dog food.
what?
What? Newman's own
Newman's
dog
own
food?
dog food.
Yeah, light Italian ranch,
Light Italian
These
dog
are
food.
honey mustard,
White
Honey
Italian.
mustard dog
sesame
food, yeah.
ginger. Here he is as a ninja. This is crazy.
That's
I
a
gotta buy
little
some.
suggestive. Paul Newman as a ninja.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
All right.
he
Little-
has swords at least.
If he swears the creed, it's okay.
little salad appropriation for your dinner. It's not dinner without cultural
They
appropriation.
make popcorn.
no, that's no one's buying
I've
that.
never bought that
No one's
ever.
buying
I didn't know that.
Marinara.
existed.
All right, I'm done.
Nobody's
Marinara.
marinara.
We gotta try
dressing?
it.
No sauce.
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 What do they call it in? They call it gravy in Jersey. Marinara.
Marinara?
Sauce? Yeah, they call it gravy.
Ew.
No,
Oh,
that's
wow.
Yeah.
That's
gravy
wrong.
is gravy.
Yeah.
No.
What do they
but-
call gravy?
Do they have gravy in New Jersey?
I don't remember. I think gravy.
They've got to.
Gravy's
So-
a southern thing, isn't it?
No, it's everywhere.
Oh.
But like, yeah, there's like the mashed potatoes and gravy in
Well, I thought it
in
was
like
like
Portland,
a-
Oregon. They just have dry ass mashed potatoes. They're like, man, I wish we had another liquid to put on this and make it go
Gotta
down
be
easier.
another way.
We're like, you can't have any, y'all. Like,
Well, I figure they have it
Like trying to
elsewhere.
put marinara sauce on
so I'm pretty sure that in places
Ew.
where pasta sauce is called gravy, all other gravy has the adjective. It's brown gravy or white gravy or whatever, to where us gravy is like Thanksgiving.
Right.
But you know,
How did they
That
get on
still
that?
doesn't
I
make
mean, I
sense.
guess
Such a
sauce is
strange-
like gravy. You put it on the starch.
it's just
Are
like
all sauces gravy?
all gravy is sauce, but not all sauce is gravy. I think.
Unless
I think
you're
all
from New
gravy
Jersey.
is sauce. Yeah, and then you're like, hey, oh, hey, sauce on my pasta or gravy. Hey,
That's New Jersey?
Yeah, right.
I don't know. that's very New York to me, but
I'm lost
yeah,
in the
it's
gravy.
a little.
They're close.
where's New Jersey?
Where-
is-
south
It's right
of-
there.
Never mind. I'm
south
not
of
walking
New
into
York.
this trip.
No, it's
New
south
Jersey's-
of New York,
Right by
It's next to
Alaska.
Hawaii. Yeah.
right by Alaska.
It's in that little box on the map.
You have to go through New Jersey to get to Alaska.
Jersey
you do.
girls.
That would be very incorrect.
All right, let's talk about Goodfellas.
Goodfellas
Yeah, let's talk about Goodfellas.
with our hands.
Yeah, it's a mob movie from the
Hey.
1990 came out.
Yes.
Yep.
And it stars
That's what I remember.
a bunch of stars. Ray Liotta, Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci. Those are like the big three.
Those are the guys. Yeah.
I thought I had seen more of this movie than I had.
Oh, I need to correct something.
Oh.
Last week I said this is the movie that we watch at Thanksgiving every year.
I knew it wasn't going to be it.
Definitely was Godfather, I think.
Okay.
Oh.
So
Okay.
it's close.
I mean,
Still,
off by
They
like-
both start
movie
with
to put on for
G's.
the
Yeah,
family.
you're
They're
off
mob
by-
movies.
off by 25 years, but
Whatever.
I mean, if you've
about.
seen one, you've seen them all, right?
Right,
mob
they're all the
movies?
same.
Yeah,
This is
this
basically
is Scarface. Yeah,
Scarface.
totally
Yeah, it's
replaceable.
the same. Exactly the same.
There was cocaine.
That's
There
it.
was cocaine.
That's
Cocaine.
it.
That's it.
That's
There
it.
was a lot of
There
yelling.
was Italians.
Yeah.
Was there Italians in Scarface? They were
They were Cuban.
Cuban.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Never mind.
All the same to Nick.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't see race.
but like in an aggressive way.
Also,
like-
Italian isn't whatever.
You like aggressively
Ita-
don't see race.
Never mind.
You're like,
Yeah, I mean,
They're race.
it's a race.
Never mind. Moving
hey, no.
on.
In like decades ago, Italians weren't even seen as white. Like in the 50s and stuff, 40s and
Oh.
50s and stuff, they were not seen. Like they were super, super, super prejudiced against.
Poor Italians.
So we were really
my
racist.
family.
I know. That's what I was told.
My
you
great
while we-
grandmother.
while we were
I don't know
watching
why they're
Italian?
Russian. My great grandmother was Italian. She
My great grandmother was Russian.
Wasn't she?
no, she was Italian. She came over in like 19 whatever on a ship
Yeah.
and immigrated to little Ellis Island.
Which
the
is
old
in
country.
New York.
Jersey. Oh, New York. I don't know why
I
your
don't know
family's
if
from.
Ellis Island.
That's New York, right?
No, it's New
Yeah, it's
York,
New
but
York.
I don't know why your family is Jersey in my brain. It's probably
Well,
just
they're
'cause
from
you
New Jersey. They were lived in New Jersey. My great grandmother
Are they
came
from
over,
New Jersey or Ellis
or
Island?
Italy. Well, you don't live in Ellis Island. You just get checked in.
It's the what's the
Like,
like
the concierge.
the rotary counter thing that you just like like on your way to the zoo. So you go, I'm in.
I don't know when they landed in New Jersey, but they were there.
We need one of those at the southern border.
My mom's dad is.
Yeah. I was telling you though, I'm like, is this like watching your family, like with Goodfellas? I'm like, this is your people
This is
shooting
my
each other in the
people.
head and stuff.
My people, my family definitely. We all shoot each other. That's not very true.
So I had seen some of this movie on television like 13, 14 years ago with my dad, but I remember like 2 scenes. That's it. I'm watching the whole thing going, did I watch this movie? Like, did I really watch it? And the scenes I remember were them when they dug up old what's-his-face. What is his face? Damn it.
Bats.
Bats.
Billy
Billy
Bats.
Billy
Yeah.
Bats.
When they dig up Billy Bats and Ray Liotta's character, Henry, is like vomiting because
Yeah.
the smell's so bad. That I remembered that because I'm not like scarring, but I was like, this is
This is
this is
gross.
messed
It
up.
stands out.
I remembered that, and I remembered the other moment that stood out to me was when they whacked Sam Jackson's character.
You remembered that?
I remembered that.
That sucks.
And these 2 parts, yeah. So, yeah.
I was really bummed with how little
I think
Sam Jackson we got.
Yeah.
I mentioned in the last episode, like Sam Jackson's in it for a few minutes.
Yeah, well,
Literally.
the very first time we see his character, he's like pouring a beer or something for like 3 seconds. I was like, I hope that's all we see of him,
No,
but it wasn't.
You get
We
to
saw a little bit more.
You get to see him pour his brain all over some benches.
That's true.
Yeah, so I remember that, and I remember like this movie is so violent. But and then I'm watching it's like it's not that bad.
It really it wasn't
There
as bad
was
as
a couple
Scarface.
scenes that were pretty violent,
Yeah.
but yeah, overall, I don't think so.
Yeah, so it wasn't.
Mostly
now,
Tommy.
Again, I watched it on.
Yeah.
Tommy's crazy. I watched it on television, so there
Unhinged.
were no f-bombs on television.
God,
There were like
that probably cut out
That's
an
half
hour.
the movie. Yeah, didn't this, like-
575 f-bombs, and it
Jeez.
was.
No, half the
They're-
movie is them going, "Are you talking to me? Yeah, I'm talking to you. No, are you talking to me? No, I'm talking to you. Yeah, you're talking to me.
That's
Hey,
he's
you gonna get me? No, I'm gonna get you.
Yeah.
You gonna get me? No, I'm gonna get you."
Just Joe Pesci like.
And then
I told him not to bust my
and then
balls.
kiss,
Yeah.
kiss and slap him on the face.
Like,
He's busting my balls. I told him not to bust my balls, and then he kills
are
somebody.
you
It's
busting
like,
my balls? I thought you were busting my balls. Yeah, I'm busting your balls. Like,
I'll get the money. You better give me the money. That's but
we could have cut this movie. Could have been an hour and a half.
2 hours of repeating ourselves.
Like-
Why don't you do that? You're Italian.
Cause I
You're like
got
fi-
time for that.
Those 2 generations removed.
Those 2
and
generations
you're
make
already
a
like,
difference.
Yeah.
Well, my dad's pretty chill, so I feel like he just kind of his genes jumped in there and just chilled me out.
Your dad's not Italian.
Actually,
Really
not
leveled
really.
it
I'm
out.
really not that chill. So actually,
There were
I just don't. He's still shaking his head at the camera.
not chill.
there were over 300 F-bombs in this movie,
That's it?
What?
Yeah.
which puts it currently at number 16 on the list.
What's
of-
number one? What's number one?
Number one is
Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street.
no, that's number 3 with 569. Oh my God!
Super bad.
SwearNet the movie.
Oh, that's a movie
bad.
made to break that
That
record.
doesn't
though.
count.
935.
Yeah, that's made to
Oh.
break that
That's
record.
boo.
That's cheating. So what's what's number 2 though? What's like the second real movie?
I don't know.
What?
Does the list
What's
just
number
stop
2 on
after
the
one?
list? It just goes from 1 to 3. What's happening?
I lost it.
Oh no, we'll never know.
I'm now reading an
I
article
just-
about Wolf of Wall Street.
500 swears is so many. I was gonna say F words and then my brain.
But that was
said
Wolf of Wall
swears.
Street. Right? This one was 300 something.
That still seems like a lot.
It was a lot.
I don't feel like I heard it.
We had
300
like 15
times.
in the first scene.
That's true.
Yeah.
They were mainly from Tommy.
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 Yeah.
Trying to think of Joe
Some-
Pesci.
Yeah, from Tommy. So, and speaking of the start of the movie, what a way to start a movie. I feel like this movie and Scarface were similar in that very early in the movie, we have like one of the most visually violent scenes. The chainsaw scene in Scarface, and then the trunk,
yeah.
the trunk
Oh, yeah.
double tap in this movie.
I thought that's
Yeah.
where the movie was going to end, though. Like I thought we were going to get to the trunk
so-
at the end.
That's where I kind of got hosed knowing the burial scene, because I'm like, isn't this
Oh,
later?
true.
Like, wasn't this later? And then they bury the guy, but they flash back to it. I really liked. This is our second Scorsese, right? Only?
Yes.
It's only our second.
Yeah.
one.
I
We've
think
done
so.
Gangs of New
Gangs.
York and this, and what I feel like this movie nailed that Gangs missed was way more narration in this to set up. In Gangs, it was like we had narration only at the very, very beginning and only at the very, very end. And it was like a couple minutes at the beginning of the movie in Gangs in New York, I think.
I barely remember.
I know.
Gangs.
It's like not at the... And
Very
you weren't even on that
forgettable.
episode. You
Very
didn't even-
forgettable
You didn't
movie,
even
yeah.
exist.
I watched that movie for
Yeah.
no reason.
Yeah, well, we read your notes. Carl did. But this movie had like 25 minutes of narration at the beginning for setup.
And it
I
wasn't
mean, in the whole way
shit.
through.
And multiple narrators too.
And it was what?
I said it wasn't shit.
No, it was not terrible. It was good.
Gangs of New York is probably still
Much better editing choices.
my bottom movie we've ever
I
seen.
cannot believe it's from the same director.
Yeah.
That's wild.
This is so much better to me than Gangs. It was more followable. It was, granted, it's got a leg up being thematically something I care more about, being the Italian
The mob, cocaine.
and yeah, hard narcotics. It's like my favorite thing. It's what I live for. But no, like I don't know. I mean, what did you think as someone who liked Gangs? Like,
This was like a whole, step higher than Gangs for me. Like it seemed like this is before Gangs too, isn't it?
Yes.
1990.
So
yeah,
it's like
Gangs
it
was a
kind of
couple
seems like he
years
took a
later.
step back. Like the narration was better, the stylistic choices were better. Like when he did the freeze frames and stuff like that,
Yeah.
the panning shots, everything seemed like it was a step up and a bit more polished. Even the characters were more likable. Like I really just liked what's his name, Bill the Butcher in Gangs, and here you have
His
at
only
least
good
3 likable characters. Yeah, so I don't know what happened with Gangs in New York, but he should have probably just not made it. Well, it's like 10 years he was trying to make it. He probably should have just taken the hint. and
Yeah.
just
You
not
know what's
done it.
crazy? I think I gave that movie a 4 out of 5.
I know
You did.
You rated it really high, and I think that I just lost my thought. Oh my god! No, that having your lead character not be the most interesting guy, which is what happened in Gangs. DiCaprio
Ooh,
is
yeah.
not the
That's
most
true.
interesting player in that movie. It's Bill the Butcher. In this, it's like, granted, of the 3, Tommy's probably the most interesting, but like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ray Liotta's character Henry is really interesting.
Yeah, I kind of hated Tommy towards the end.
Oh yeah.
You're supposed to.
He's
Yeah.
the worst.
I hated him as he started getting more violent and ruthless.
Reckless, too.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
When he kills Spider, you're like, what the
Why?
heck, man?
Why?
yeah.
But I mean,
You're on board with, is it Jimmy? Is that De Niro's character's name? Jimmy?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're on board with Jimmy going, what'd you do that for? I'm too good a shot.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I'm a good shot. What do you want? Like,
Yeah.
I still felt bad when he died, though.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
So
I didn't see that coming.
No.
I didn't see it coming
He's-
at all.
I saw it coming like right before what?
I looked it up.
Why?
I didn't make it.
Oh.
I didn't make it.
Aw.
And I didn't make it because what happened right before that? I think the
Well,
drug.
Jimmy starts
he's-
whacking everybody
Right.
that was
I looked it up
involved.
before that, though. I think. Yeah, no, maybe after when the narcotic stuff started happening, and I really looked it up during the paranoia part of Henry's story, and it was just like
Yeah.
I have to, in order to enjoy this, see how it ends because it's so. You get stressed out with him the way it's shot and like cut and stuff. You're like, oh my
Oh
god,
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
It was a
losing
lot.
my mind.
Yeah, it was a lot.
I thought what was interesting though, as a narrative device, was Karen's character, which
Yeah, I
is
thought that was interesting.
Ray Liotta, Henry's girl, because she's used as like a device to make the audience like not numb, but normalizing like the mob lifestyle. Because at first
Yeah.
she's like, "What do you do? What is it that you do?" And then she's welcomed into the family and kind of has to
Yeah, construction.
Like, yeah, like what?
Feels
yeah.
his hands.
Well, and that was the thing is like the mob owned all the construction, and then they owned the concrete companies that the construction companies bought from. It was like they were racketeering everything, and we get a little bit of that with the restaurant deal, where they squeeze the restaurant owner, and then as soon as they're borrowing money against the bank that they're never going to have to pay anyway, so they're just like ripping themselves off, but they're making money on both ends. And then when they squeeze everything out of the restaurant, they just burn it down.
Yeah.
And they probably collect insurance on it too. Like,
True.
is that so? But that's the thing. But it's just I thought it was very interesting that through Karen we're like, the mob's they're the good guys.
Normalizes it a
It's
little bit.
family.
They're good fellas.
Good
Yeah.
fellas. Wise guys.
Wise guys.
But she's also kind of a straight man too at times. She's like,
Well, so is Henry to some degree because he kind of doesn't like some of the murders that happen. He kind of looks shocked and stuff like
Yeah.
that. He's the outsider of the group still.
Yeah, they never have him do any hits. Like they have him rough some guys up, but he never does any hits until he's asked to by Johnny, and
Yeah.
then he's like, "This means
Jimmy.
Jimmy. This means Jimmy's gonna kill me."
Oh, when he was sitting in the Florida.
Yes, when he sent him to Tampa, he knew that Jimmy was gonna kill him because he'd never done anything like that. So let's talk mob structure a little bit because that's kind of important. We watched. So when I made this list of movies for this, I mean, it wasn't supposed to be a podcast. It was supposed to be a New Year's resolution, but I thought, how can I make one person a week watch this? I was most excited about the mob films. I was most excited about this, and I was most excited about Godfather Part 1 and 2, which I'm still so excited to watch because it's very different than this movie. Very different. But we watched a movie, I wanted kind of a bit of the mob experience, and so we watched a documentary on Netflix called Fear City, New York versus the Mafia, which is very good.
So
I
good.
think it's 4 parts.
3.
Three parts?
I don't know. 3
and they're
4.
like 45 minutes, 45 minutes. So it's very bingeable. You can do it in an afternoon. Very good. And it is the mob in the 70s. So this time in New York and with the 5 families, but from the FBI's angle. So they're wiretapping
Interesting.
and they're sending dudes undercover and all of that kind of stuff. And Baker acting all the people and all that crap. But the until I looked up the structure, it was less clear to me why
I was very lost.
why Billy Batts dying was such a huge deal.
Yeah.
And it's because so everybody that we kind of see, with the exception of what's the boss guy,
Paulie.
Paulie.
Big
with
Paul.
the exception of Paulie, is kind of like bottom tier on the mob rung. They're all soldiers. And in the case of Henry and Johnny, whatever De Niro's character is, Jimmy.
Jimmy.
In the case of Jimmy and Henry, they cannot move up at all. They can't be made men because they're not whole-blooded Italians. they're Irish.
That's right.
They
talked
can't
about that a little
move
bit.
up at all, and they do talk about that. But there's like a tier structure: associates at the very bottom, then soldiers, then the capo regime, then the underboss, the boss, and then next to the boss is the consigliere, who's just like the third in command, but he's like second to the boss. He doesn't have anyone under him. He's just an advisor. The dude that Billy Bats was a capo regime, so he was in this graph. He's under the underboss, so he's like third-ish, fourth-ish in command.
Yeah.
He's status. He's a
He's
made man.
untouchable.
He's got rank. He's full-blooded Italian. So and you don't whack those guys unless like a freaking war is starting or whatever. Especially
You got to get like approval.
yeah, like sometimes from his boss. Like it's a crazy deal. So them doing that was like way out of line.
It's crazy it's that structured. I always kind of assumed that it was just like the mob was
Organized
just
crime, man.
a group of bad
no,
dudes.
no. You need to watch that docuseries.
Yeah.
You'll understand.
That's
like
wild.
even I didn't fully get it until we watched that series, and then I was like, "Oh, this is like for real, for real."
It's wild.
Like it's a family thing, and then like the underboss is normally the son of the boss, of the Godfather, the Don, as it were. So, and in New York, in like the Jersey area, I think there's 5 families, and this was which one? Which
The Lucchese?
Lucchese family was this. So one of the 5. They're not the largest. They were the second or third largest, I think.
I don't remember.
And that's only mentioned in the book that this movie is based on, which is also a true story. All the names are changed, but this is based on. When it said based on true events, it meant like not just mob event, but like these are real people, and this stuff actually happened. So one of the dudes is still in jail. I think. No, maybe.
Yeah.
No, they all died, but the Henry, the lead character, is still in the witness protection program.
Yeah,
So he's still like.
he's still somewhere.
I saw that he was doing a
Spoiler alert.
podcast about this though. So how is he doing?
Yeah.
What?
No, I watched. There's a documentary with him.
Yeah.
I guess in
Which
1990
doesn't that
he
defeat
was,
the whole purpose?
Well,
of witness
he-
protection.
It's different now, I think.
He was in witness protection,
And when this came out, it was 1990, and now
so he
it's,
probably still was. Yeah.
at that point he probably
He's
was.
dead now, I think.
But he.
Henry?
Yeah, I think I read something a second ago that he's dead now, and now his family's talking more about him. now
that makes
he's-
sense.
I think he's dead now.
He was in witness protection for 7 years, I think. And he might have gone back into it. But essentially, it was like he's still being a terrible person and doing all these illegal things.
Well.
And the government was like, you've given us all the information. And he ended up going back to jail and out of the witness protection. And like
Wow.
was, I don't know. I saw a documentary that was like an hour long, like 30 minutes before we started. So I'm pretty bummed I didn't get to watch that. But
Yeah,
Man, if I ratted out the mob, I would be a lot more careful in witness protection. I would not be getting out of
Right?
that. Like,
Well,
there's nothing.
and he went
Like,
down because of a wiretapped phone.
yeah, yeah.
So, and with that kind of stuff, like the wiretaps in the documentary, it's like they had to go in their houses, like pretend to be a television repairman and plant a wire in their television.
That's
Could you
And
scary.
stuff
imagine?
like that. Like it was
Crazy.
They would bug their like that restaurant that they were all in. That was common. Like they'd have a spot and it's like this is the mob's place, and they would go and meet there in a back room or whatever. And they were like bugging chandeliers and all kinds of stuff,
That's
like
interesting.
picking locks and bugging the undersides of cars and ripping their radios out and putting them back in. And oh, dude, it was.
I wonder
wild.
how paranoid they must have been.
The
Just
cops
So
and the
nonstop.
paranoid.
Like both were really paranoid.
Yeah,
The cops and the
probably
mob.
two-way street.
So no, it's crazy, man. The mob's really interesting to me. I kind of want to read the book this is based on, but I'm never gonna do that.
In this moment, I'm wishing I knew more about the mob. I might have to go
watch
back
that documentary.
And watch
It's
that,
it's
yeah.
really good. It does a good job.
Why do you
of-
think Jimmy got in on that fight though? Because wouldn't he know better? He's a little bit more cool-tempered. Do you think he's just jumping in to help his boy? Because you'd think he'd be like, "No, don't do that. That's obviously not the move."
You would
I
think.
think
he just jumps right
it's
in.
like in Back to the Future when
Uh,
God, what's the phrase? There's a trigger word.
you yella
When Marty gets called something.
if you're yella
No.
or chicken.
Chicken, maybe chicken.
It's
I don't
something
know,
like
but
that.
It might have
it
been chicken.
sets him off.
Yeah,
And that's probably what happened there. He just,
I hated that too though.
yeah. No, I thought that Jimmy's character was kind of the most interesting to me because Tommy's really surface level. He's crazy. And
Yeah.
Jimmy of the three is like the least fleshed out character.
Yeah.
He seems like he keeps his cards a little closer to his chest.
It was weird to see Robert De Niro's not the main.
It was weird to
yeah.
see Robert De Niro as a villain. I mean, I know they're all
Yeah.
terrible, but he's like doing bad stuff.
Yeah, especially there towards the end.
But I've not seen many De Niro movies.
I expected him to be more of the main character going in. I thought it was like he was the guy.
Interesting.
So
also, they said he was like 28 in the movie.
oh
Yeah.
my god.
When he walks
Definitely
in,
not
yeah,
28.
He could
What?
have been more than 29 years old.
Yeah.
I was like,
Excuse me.
he had to be.
So we're just gonna
He's
roll
40.
with that, or
He's like visually like 38, like
Yeah.
handing out the 20s.
Yeah. Like,
It's a tough life, the mob.
So in that scene in the restaurant,
fair.
I wrote down a lot of the mob names
there's a
because
fat boy.
I actually I rewound because I was like, these names are amazing. And
Tony
so
2 times.
Freddie No Nose, Jimmy 2 times, Fat
Jimmy 2
Andy,
times.
Pete the Killer, Sally Balls, Nikki Eyes.
That sounds like the name you made up last week,
Yeah.
Nick.
Yeah. Old hardcock.
Hard cock.
My
boy.
favorite one though, which is the one that made me rewind, was Johnny Roast Beef. That's the best
Wait.
mob name.
I missed
like
that
roast beef
both
sandwiches.
times.
You missed Johnny Roast Beef?
Both
Oh,
times.
Johnny
Oh.
Roast Beef was so
Johnny
funny.
Roast
And then, so
Beef?
what my thought was I was like, Slick Nick's pretty good.
Yeah,
That's
That's
true.
A, that's a
feels mobby.
passable mob name.
All right, I'm in.
You're
Slick
in the
Nick.
mob.
You gotta
That's
like,
all you gotta do is have
you
a
gotta
cool
start
name.
wearing like pinstripe suits and shining your head and having like big like pocket. Like, what are those things in the pockets?
always have an unlit cigar in your mouth.
Pocket square.
Pocket
Always
square.
Like
have
a big
unlit
one, and
cigar.
yeah, like chewing on a cigar and
I
being
like
like,
it.
get a deeper voice.
I might join the mob.
saying
They're
things
so
like forget
famous.
about it.
That scene where he's walking in the back of like
Don't make
whatever
me into
the
a jerk.
the place is, and they're walking through the kitchen,
Yeah,
and he just
Yeah, that pan shot.
everyone loves him. He's the top of the world.
yeah, because he'll kill them.
Just as long as you
I
don't get
want
into
that.
cocaine, you'll be fine.
Yeah,
Well, I think you
that's
have
what we
to in
learned.
the mob.
No.
Yeah.
No, that was their downfall.
Big
That's
Pauly-
what Paulie said.
Oh,
Don't,
that's
It was like,
true.
Don't do your drugs.
don't turn me into no jerk. Don't make me out to no jerk with this drug stuff. He wanted to stay clean in that because they were all their stuff was like racketeer. It was like, we own this company that does this, and all these people pay us for protection, and that's how we get our money, and then we stuff out the rats and stuff like that. But he was getting into like higher profile, like we haven't paid the cops off for this kind of stuff,
Yeah.
which is why he got pinched off.
So just do some minor,
Some no drugs.
theft, racketeering,
Yeah.
and stay away from drugs.
I love.
Gold.
Where's the closest mob?
Tampa.
Apparently,
Tampa?
There's no. I looked it up
I
after
don't
the
think I want to join the
Closest
Tampa mob.
no.
Miami.
My,
Put a Google
Miami.
mobs near
Is
me.
there a mob in Tampa? For real?
yes. No. I looked it up after the movie last night. Like, where's the mob? And they're still active in South Florida, Tampa, Miami.
I wonder if there's any mob people in Ocala.
There's
Hit
a lot
me
of
up,
rich
like
people.
some
Hit me up. I want to join.
ranch here. Yeah.
Nick's like phone.
Hit me up.
They'll wiretap his iPhone somehow. Well, now it's just like you just use internet technology. Probably
Yeah.
they don't have
The
to.
mobsnearme.com.
Tampa mob
Sit there
is
with
kind of lame. They're not very powerful,
There's like a
but they're
tender
there.
for the mob.
Yeah.
You can turn it around, Nick. Bring him back into power.
Yeah,
Bring mobs back.
the mob's got their own Discord channel now. It's like the family structure is like moderator.
It makes sense. 2023 mob.
You got to show your allegiance to the family by subscribing to my Twitch.
You know what happened to Slick Nick? He got blocked. Like, oh no. It's like getting whacked.
Yeah, Nick can't be.
They
Twitch
took away
Turbo.
Nitro.
He's not. Yeah. He can't be Nitro. He's not full blood.
Got the super react.
You get 2 a month. Don't turn me into a jerk with your super react. I liked how when Henry got pinched, and they're all outside of the courtroom like, "Hey!" It's like you popped
did
your
rat us
cherry. Yeah,
All right.
way to
Oh,
not
what
rat
was
us out.
what
So
was
we're-
the line?
it's the reason we're not stabbing you right now outside of this courtroom.
Never rat on your friends and always keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
I mean,
takeaway.
it's valid advice.
And the other,
It's a good.
broke all the
other
advice.
rule should have been don't talk on the damn phone.
Yeah, true.
Well, that lady did
Don't do
it, but I guess
drugs.
they had been tapping him for a while.
They said in the VO, in the narration, they was like, she got sloppy. She did what she wasn't supposed to do and used the house phone. She wasn't supposed to do
Right after he said don't. Like,
Yeah.
come
Yeah.
on.
Now, you notice, like, Johnny and all of them are using payphones
Mm-hmm.
all the time for everything. Like when he learns. So I thought the thing that surprised me about Tommy getting pinched was I thought like Johnny was maybe in on it because he killed everybody else like in the
yeah.
previous scenes. And that was unrelated.
Yeah, poor guy. He he had everyone killed but like 2 people, and then one of them got killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kills everybody but the closest associates, and then
That makes sense though with the structure you were talking about.
Now, what I wonder is, did that call come from Paulie? Like, was it from higher up, or did Johnny just like take it into his own hands?
I guess they never said who that call was from, huh?
To kill who?
To kill all the guys that spent the money. So yeah, they do this like big bank.
That was dumb too.
Do this big airport or bank hit and get like $6 million, which was like
I think it was an airport.
so
thing.
6 million then.
Yeah, which
70s.
was it was real and legitimately like a
both.
thing that happened, and it was the biggest like theft for years and years. And then they like he tells the guys, don't spend this money.
Don't go buying pink Cadillacs.
They buy a car, some like fancy jackets,
furs,
mink coat or whatever it was, and then even freaking Henry buys I got the most expensive Christmas tree they had.
You're asking for it.
That one was fine.
Yeah.
No one's gonna see.
I
a Christmas
agree.
tree.
Like it's just a Christmas tree.
You're not taking out on the road with you.
As soon as that happened, I was like, we're
on the
we're
down.
done. I'm
in
like,
trouble.
you guys are
Yep.
dumb.
On the
coming.
downward decline here.
I mean, but what's the point of robbing people if you can't spend the money?
They had
gotta
to
wait.
They had to wait for the heat to
Yeah.
pass.
Gotta wait. Gotta hang. Gotta hang loose.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that was
Loose.
interesting to me was when Johnny has all those dudes whacked for spending the money and stuff, they were all very public. Like there wasn't any of the bury him real deep and chop them up and get rid of them. It was like this.
Yeah, that
dude's-
montage.
This
The
dude's
dude in the
found in a
freezer
meat
truck.
locker.
Yeah, the dude in the freezer, man, that one sucked. I liked that guy. I don't remember his name.
He broke the rules. That was
broke the
that was
rules.
fur coat guy.
For a coke guy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
fur
it's
coat.
fur coat guy. He
Yeah.
broke the rules.
Dude and his
Everybody that
wife in the
died broke the
car,
damn rules.
yeah. Just under some overpass.
Yeah, found by kids, but they were all like very public.
Yeah.
They weren't.
Kind of sloppy.
Oh, and the hair guy.
A hair guy had it coming for
Yeah.
freaking 3 hours. Like the whole movie, you're like, when's hair guy gonna die? It's like,
Yeah, that's fair.
It was the only not surprise,
I kept-
basically.
For whatever reason, he reminded me of the My Pillow guy. That was very funny to me.
I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's Mike Lindell.
Yep. Famous mobster.
Nope.
No.
He wishes. He wishes he was of that importance to literally anyone. Oh, jeez.
Ugh.
Stupid Mike
I
Lindell.
still see his commercials.
Yeah, so
They're-
do
they're
I.
still going.
It's funny how every time you see him, his pillows are more and more on sale. He must be doing great. Yeah. Oh, and yeah, whatever.
Could I take a moment to discuss this week's hot points?
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
please
Let's have more
do.
hot points.
So, I've decided to come up with a scale. Here is the hot point scale.
Joe Pesci's at the top of the scale.
No, we're just gonna do our like lead character, and we're gonna start at a 5, and then we will add or subtract points based on their hot or not hot
So
activities.
Max is 10.
I like it.
Yes.
All right.
Lois is 1
or 0.
or 0. Oh, we can fall
Can we
off
go
the scale.
negative?
No, I think 0's like
Yeah.
All right, we'll
your
stay in
thermometer.
Mean enough.
Thermometer
Me-
doesn't go
zero's
through the
mean enough.
bottom, except for on like Looney Tunes.
Our dogs are gonna knock over.
They're gonna knock over a camera.
All of our equipment right
and
now.
That's gonna make me smile, and we'll
Hey,
leave it in
hey.
too.
Stop. Come here. Anyways.
Yeah. So,
So-
we're talking Ray
We're
Liotta
starting
here.
This
when he's a
week we
kid
are
or when he gets into the
talking-
mob.
When he's an adult.
No, we're not
Okay.
going to rank how
I
hot a
can't-
16-year-old is, Carl.
That's
It's a
creepy.
movie. Who knows?
Anything goes. We'll do Ray Liotta. Who
Ray
has a
Liotta.
face made for radio.
So yeah,
That dude's facial skin is tight.
it's something. So Ray Liotta, hot points. As I said, we start at 5. He immediately got a -1 for his weird shirt collar.
Oh yeah,
It was
they're
the
like
70s.
Yeah,
No,
it's
but
not
they
like-
were
it's
like
not cute.
70s. You think like open and wide. She's talking about when
It was like-
you know the laughing meme where he's like ha ha ha. Their shirts are like
Okay.
the collar's really close together, and it's just weird. It was almost like priestly.
Yeah.
I didn't like it at all.
I didn't like it. Then he got another. Speaking of his laugh, a -1 for his weird laugh.
No.
It
Oh
was-
yeah, he's got a
Plus
kind
one.
of silly laugh.
No,
I forgot.
It was infectious. I was laughing the whole movie.
it was
Yeah.
gross. It's like I wouldn't want to. I was like, ugh.
So
Every time
so
he laughed, I laughed.
here's what
Give
it was
me
to
an
me.
ick.
It was infectious in a way, but also like creepy because you're
Yeah.
like, these are powerful, scary dudes laughing, and then like at the drop of a hat, you'd have Tommy get pissed off and kill somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
or
It's
joke
also
of
what
like,
they're laughing at too.
like that
A lot of
tense
times it was
moment in
pretty
the restaurant
macabre.
where he's like yelling at
Yeah, that
You're
was
so
bizarre.
funny.
at Harry.
That one.
What,
Yeah.
What's funny about me? Is it the way I talk? What's
Yeah.
funny? Tell me what's funny. And then Danielle's like, God damn it.
I
can you
amuse
just-
you.
Oh
How
my
many
God.
times are we going to
How many
ask how
times is
funny
he gonna ask how funny he is? I don't know. You were telling a funny story. Everybody was laughing. Why are you mad?
It was a bit.
And I was wondering
was
why he
annoying.
didn't be like, we were all laughing at the table, dummy, calm down. But Spider did that and ended up very dead.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
But anyway,
I guess he knows.
continue. So,
So
we
anyways,
go,
we're at a
down to
3.
3.
Then he gets -3 for being a cheating hoe.
Yeah, see, that's something
fair.
I was going to bring up is one of the most admirable things about the mob is how they treat their women. Go on.
He left his mistress for another mistress.
Yeah.
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 Dude's crazy.
Everybody
crazy.
got to have a side piece.
Slapped his
A
wife
second-
around.
A side.
Everybody,
Hey,
right?
yeah, never mind. Continue.
All right.
The
So now
domestic
we're
violence worse in The Godfather, but we'll
great.
go on.
I can't wait to watch
It's
it.
also immediately rectified by the mob. So go on.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So he did defend his girl. So I've gone out of order. He did defend his girl. So we're back at what?
Oh yeah, that's when I feel like that's when she learned he was
yeah.
in the mob. When
Yeah.
the neighbor guy like does
Pushed
some
her out of a car.
Tried to assault
does some
her.
grab
Yeah,
ass
he,
and
like,
throws her out of a
grabbed her.
car.
Throws her out of a car.
And then he beats like Henry finds him and stoves his head in with the butt of a revolver and then gives it to her and is like, hide that.
Yeah. It turned
What is
her
that?
on.
What
Yeah,
does
she's
that
like,
mean? And
"That
she's
turned
like,
me
yeah,
on."
that
Which-
turned me on, and I'm like, ugh.
Interesting.
Yeah, she's got issues.
So
made for
that
each
put us
other.
at 4. Then I said
we're back to 4.
No.
Oh, okay.
I've gone out of
I'm
order.
following.
We got out of order.
We need
Then
a hot
we
points
lost.
counter
We
on
do.
the screen.
So then we got the -3 for being a cheating hoe. We're at 1. So then there was a few scenes where he was doing a little smoke, and I was like, that's a little hot.
Yeah, smoking's cool.
All right.
So that puts us at a 2.
2. Thanks to
So what about the
smoking.
drug
Thanks
abuse
to
and addiction and all that?
The drug. Yeah. What about
Yeah,
cocaine?
did
What
that-
about the nose candy? Is that that
That
didn't
didn't
bother
make
you?
me feel hot or unhot. So
All right. I feel like I got to pass.
Neutral. Approved.
I'm starting to
Lukewarm.
yeah. Someone give me a
mean-
straw and a mirror.
drug. It
I'm
was
gonna go powder my
pathetic.
nose like Pulp Fiction.
At that point, I was too distracted by the paranoia to think about the hot points.
Yeah,
So-
true.
But that's why he was. Well, not why. That definitely fed into his paranoia.
I wonder if
yeah.
if
Oh,
the,
yeah.
I wonder if the
The
wheelchair
source.
brother. No, I guess he didn't burn the sauce because they had dinner at 10:30 p.m.
Oh, that's
You
true.
know how hungry you'd be.
I was wondering how they were
Ugh.
going to manage to do all that. There was a lot of stuff
There's
to do in that
no
little bit
way.
of time.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
Like,
not
how long was he
worth
cooking
it.
that sauce?
It's not.
all
How
while
Or that
good was it?
gravy?
all while
All
dealing
that
with
gravy.
while dealing with a helicopter that's chasing you like the sun level in Super Mario Brothers 3.
I love that his wife was like, yeah, I see it too. She was like in on it with him.
They're both like
It's like, thank
hooked up.
God.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
that happened to me, I'm pretty sure I would just get out of my car and just stand there in the middle of the road like this.
Yeah.
Just do something. Like, what are you? Why are you doing this?
And I guess
Really?
it wasn't for nothing because he did end up getting like pinched off
Yeah, just
Yeah.
by the helicopter.
His
But
suspicions were right.
Carl loves
why delay it? Just do it.
That's true.
Yeah. Me
Carl
and Henry have
loves
that in common. I
helicopters.
was just like, what the fuck are they doing up there? Like,
yeah.
how did this
Carl, every
piece
time he
of
sees one.
bullshit?
That's
That was the most I've ever resonated with a character in a movie. I was just like, I feel the same way about helicopters. I'm always looking up. I'm like, where are they going? How are they doing that? Like, how does this and this do anything? It doesn't make any sense. Like, how can you go any direction? That and magnets are just two things I can't wrap my head around.
well, the whole
Like,
Earth is
They just do-
magnets.
They
You're-
just connect. That doesn't. Some metals don't.
Polarity.
Some it just snaps. Anybody that just sees that and goes, yeah, that's that's like a natural occurring power. It's crazy. How does that just do? It never
don't know.
stops. It never gets weak. It just can. Do
you ever think
don't have
about
to
You
charge
think
it?
you get weak?
Can.
No, I've never seen it.
Yeah, no, magnets can't get weak. They have to be like attached or something, or they lose magnetism.
I guess.
Even that's weird.
But sometimes magnets are weaker on certain things.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like it's
So I guess
the,
they're not getting weak. It's what you're attaching it to.
yeah, it's the like magnetism of whatever you're.
It's a
attaching it to.
spectrum.
Yes, magnetism is a spectrum.
All right.
And there, what's crazy to me is like the super magnets that you turn on with like a car battery. It's like we can power these things with
Like
With
Breaking Bad.
electricity, but then when you turn them off, it's not a magnet anymore. How do we
Yeah,
figure that
what?
out?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we've got like magnet on demand. Situational magnetism.
Situation
Crazy.
magnetism.
We need like Vsauce to explain this to me, or one of the vloggers.
Yeah.
Hank, help. Hank Green, please explain magnets. Helicopters are bullshit. Oh, and then Henry gets busted, and that's really like the climax of the movie. His stupid babysitter talks
Uses the
about
phone.
drugs on the phone.
Yep.
After they have to go get her hat. The hat.
That was dumb too.
I thought
The hat was pissing me off.
I thought she was in on it and was like trying to get him caught and trying to get him out of the house.
Dragging her feet.
No, she's
But
going.
no, she's just stupid.
She's
Yeah.
going. I've been this drug mule and I've never gotten caught because I've been wearing this hat. So she's like, I need my hat.
Do you guys have any kind of lucky clothing?
Lucky clothing.
I don't.
I do.
No.
I do.
I mean, I have like my favorite shirts because I only have like 2 color shirts.
Well, that's
but
different. You're not like,
that's
I
not-
need to feel like
Yeah.
I need my luck.
So
If anything, it might be this hat.
I'm
But still, it's just a favorite hat.
I'm
not
big into
lucky.
baseball,
Yeah.
and baseball is big into like by proxy. If you become an insane, especially like as old of a soul as I am, superstition's a big deal, and I'm pretty superstitious about baseball. And one of the things that I picked up during our 2020 World Series run is I felt like every time I wore my yellow Rays hat, we won. So I would wear that thing every game day. I wore it for every game.
Did it work?
And then if we were ever down, I would rally hat, which is when you turn your hat inside out. So then I would punch it inside out and wear it inside out. We made it to the World Series. We didn't win the World Series, but now like
Because of Cameron.
I wore the hat every time. So we got there because I felt like because I wore the
We
hat.
can't just
Yeah,
prove
no,
it.
you did it.
And the game that we got to the World Series in, our championship series game against the Yankees, I did not sit down the entire game. I stood.
So you have.
I stood behind the couch.
It was really
Did you
fun.
win?
We won, and we got to the World Series. You weren't even
did
here.
it.
Oh, it wasn't?
No, it was my sister's. It was the night before my sister's wedding. In fact, it was her rehearsal dinner, and they're like, "We got to wrap this shit up because the Rays are playing the Yankees like now."
I have to stand.
I
I
got
gotta
ho-
stand up and put my hat on.
I got home and no, it's what I did. I got home in the second inning. I like ripped off my rehearsal dinner clothes and I put on my yellow hat and I stood and paced behind the couch. And when we made it to the World Series, I collapsed on the ground and poured myself a drink because I was
I've been standing for
exhausted.
12 hours.
And then I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep all night because I'm in bed like with the covers to my chin going, we're in the World Series. It was the best. It was so good. And then we lost to the freaking Dodgers. God.
Did you?
What
You
happened?
didn't wear your
didn't
hat.
stand long enough?
No, I wore my
Did you
hat
sit
every
down?
time. No, I did sit down.
Oh,
That's
it.
what did it. I
You
should have
shoulda
stood. Hey, if we made it this year, we're the number
Yep.
2 team in baseball right now.
You got to stand for
That's
something.
so funny.
Yeah, shout out to Brad Miller too,
You'll fall for anything.
my favorite baseball player. I freaking don't like Hamilton. It's overrated.
What?
It's overrated.
That's not even a Hamilton thing.
reference.
If you stand for nothing, man, what do you fall for or whatever?
Well, that's in
Oh,
Hamilton.
You got to stand for something or
that's
you'll
an
fall for
adaptation of the
anything.
What was
is
that?
Yeah.
A Aaron Tippin song.
I don't know who that is.
You love country. Why do I know this and you don't? I love that.
I like limited.
I'm like Riley in National Treasure. I know something you don't.
yeah. I like
guy you
limited
hated.
and curated country.
I feel like Aaron Tippin's pretty like legit country.
I don't know.
boy.
I mean, I just haven't heard it much.
Check him out.
Yeah, all right.
Let us know next
Aaron
week.
Tippin, write it down.
I saw him in Ocala.
Oh,
Yeah, Tuscaloosa.
wow.
That probably
Wow.
knocked it. Never mind.
Yeah, it's minus hot points for Aaron Tippin.
Ugh.
Shall we move on
Sure.
to our next segment?
What?
And our next segment will be. Hang on, I just broke my telephone.
Oh no.
So, oh no, one more thing.
Oh.
When Karen flushes the cocaine down the toilet,
That was
Right.
the right move.
and
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
it's the last bit of money
Only
he
move.
had, right? So
Yeah.
he's freaking out because he says, "Why did you do that, Karen? It's all we had that was worth $60,000." And I said, "That's like when you moved my HDMI cable out of the blanket basket." They never would have found it. It's like he had the thing where he needed the important thing where he needed it, and she
thought-
got rid of it or moved
Listen.
I
it.
thought you were going to mention a wedding ring.
Or no, it's like
Oh,
no, that's
no.
different. It's also like that one time she threw away the propectolin squeeze from my dog because she thought it was garbage.
The what?
Listen. Okay, listen.
What
Nick,
is that?
Nick, guys.
It's
So-
dog medicine that's like it's like dog Tums, but it comes in a big syringe.
Okay.
It comes in a syringe. Do you want to know where it was kept Do you want to know why I
Sure.
threw it away? So in our apartment, we had a room full of shit, just papers, boxes,
Wedding gifts,
just shit.
you know, shit. Those wedding presents that people thoughtfully got us.
No,
What a bunch of balls.
those were put away. Those were put away.
They were not. We had piles of cups and silverware and an ironing board just like in the middle of the room.
Exactly. It's just unorganized mess.
Cat litter.
So, but in the midst of this, we also had a bunch of bins from Cameron's bedroom that he grew up in. And one of them was a tattered, faded
Red.
blue bin.
Oh, blue.
No, it was blue. Faded, falling apart, full of papers from high school.
Yeah, my high school papers.
Full of high school papers, index cards, pens that don't work. And at
Homeschoolers.
Stuff you need.
at the bottom of this bin is the syringe.
It's a white
Not in a
syringe.
bag.
It's
Wait.
Propectolin.
For your current dog,
It was for the schnauzer.
at the bottom of high school
Yes.
papers.
So
Yes.
yeah, it was like my mom had gathered this stuff.
Of
when-
course,
when-
that should have got thrown
Well,
away.
when she moved me out of my room, right, it was like, here's this stuff. And here's how my brain works. I knew where that was. I knew it was in that bin.
Not with any of the dog stuff.
Not with any of the dog stuff, but I knew it's like, oh, because I'm a man, it's like, oh, the stupid place I put that thing, that's where it is in the SpongeBob
Yeah.
filing cabinet of my brain. So when our dog got sick, I went, the Propectolin, it's in that bin, and then it wasn't. And I was like, where the hell is the Propectolin? Oh, what did it look like? Oh, white syringe. I threw it away. You threw away dog medicine? And it's just because it was in a stupid hidey place that I had things. And where the other thing that drives me nuts is like, I have to like reverse engineer my brain because I'll leave like I had a golf towel once, and I left it on top of my dad gave it to me from his office. It was like from a vendor, and I put it on top of the dog's crate, and I filed that away as I will put that away sometime within the next 18 months. But
Never.
for now, it is
Never.
on-
He will never put it away.
for now, it's on the dog crate.
Yeah.
And then I had to go golfing, and I needed my golf towels. I had a new golf bag. I'm like,
on the
oh,
golf-
I'll put
it's
my
on the
new
dog crate.
Yeah, I'll put my new towel in the thing. And then she had put it away, but I had to think, where would a woman put a golf towel? And
If
then
I
I
were
thought,
Danielle,
I thought my dresser, because that's where some of my stuff goes. I tore apart all the dresses in this. I'm like, no.
oh wait,
Somewhere
wait.
in
Can I guess?
Yeah. No, wait.
Okay.
Somewhere in my office, and I ripped
Wait,
my
he wants to
office
guess,
apart.
though.
Somewhere in the closet, up on the top, blah, blah, blah. Where do you think?
I would have said closet, like above the regular towels.
Yeah. So it was in.
I would have put it with the high school papers.
Yeah, no, I had to think, like, after 15 minutes and it's edging closer to my tea time, I go, she'll think this is a towel.
It's just. A
It has
regular
no
towel.
golf
Was
significance.
it with actual other towels?
It shouldn't go where
doesn't
the
have, like, a
golf
grommet or
balls
anything?
are. It shouldn't go where the golf balls are in the garage. No, it just had an eyelet where you, like, clip it to the
Okay, that's
bag,
what I meant,
Right, yeah. But she put it in the linen closet. I checked, like, our bedroom closet. She put it in the linen closet. And then I was just like, of course.
With the towels.
Because but see, to me, it's golf is the key word there. So
Yeah.
it goes with golf stuff. I was looking in the garage near my golf balls, stuff like that. but no.
Garage.
I thought it was like a crappy, like old, like cleaning towel. So I put it with the.
This brand new.
Jeez.
It wasn't new.
It
Rubbing
was
the
brand
counters
new.
Oh.
with.
It was brand new.
In my mind, it was ratty. Maybe I'm remembering wrong.
Anyway, that was my cocaine in the toilet. Was
Cocaine in the toilet.
the,
'Cause
was the
he
dog
says-
medicine and the golf
He
towel.
says I like to hide things from him
and so now,
by putting them away.
now, like when I put something in a stupid place, I make a point to say this HDMI cable is in the blanket basket because the blanket basket is next to the television. Leave it. And it's been there
That
ever
would
since.
make sense.
It's been there ever since.
That would make sense.
and it's off a counter.
Yeah, it's not on the counter.
It's
but the
in a
counters-
basket.
Counters is where you put shit.
No.
Yeah,
The counter's been
What
clear.
else is a counter good for?
exactly.
Right now it's clear, and it makes me so happy that it's clear and there's
so,
not.
so ready to accept all of
well,
the junk.
it's covered in Amazon
Trinkets.
boxes right now.
See?
Yeah.
so.
One. Anyway, we got to move on. So
Covered.
that was my last note.
It's a long box.
Long box.
So it's taking up most of the counter.
It was a long box that, as Amazon often does, is full of like packing materials and then
Yeah.
something this long.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's like a
What a
box you could fit a
waste.
golf driver in, and it's got
Be
a box
better,
this big.
Amazon.
Sucks. At least it's recyclable, I guess.
Who does
So, that being said, like all good podcasts and shows, we're going to change our format mid-season.
Yeah.
Hey, we made it halfway.
We made it halfway.
So
This is episode 27. which is our 28th, which is interesting to think about because of the horrible episode 0 that no one should listen to. That was maybe our hilariously our best episode for a long time. The audio
For a while.
The audio is just chopped. Anyway, so we're doing away with the star rating system because I think it's too convoluted and it takes too damn long to talk about. So what we're going to do is go with a new system called hit, mid, or miss. And our movie will have to fall into one of those 3 categories: simpler, quicker, cleaner. Hit, mid, or miss.
I'm nervous.
Now, how do we feel about Goodfellas? Was it a hit? Was it mid? Or are you going to get kicked off the show for saying it's a miss? Carl, why don't you go first? Because
This
you're
is a hit,
just
man.
so good to look at. Look at this man.
Yeah, like I didn't know anything about like Hit for sure.
Hit for
like I don't
sure.
think there was a long movie, but I was gripped the whole time. Like I like how they did like with Pulp Fiction where they kind of start out of order and then they kind of bring it back in.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like the stylistic choices where they would freeze frame and do like the kind of photo. They would do like they actually did like a photograph montage like we got with Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. That panning shot where he's kind of going into that like comedy club and they just do that one take and they kind of go like that was amazing. The music was fun. Love
the
the
music was
characters,
great.
camaraderie. It was really like I was trying to compare it to like Scarface because I was like, this is a totally different feel and tone, and I think it's because Scarface is more romantic, like it romanticizes the mob a little bit, and this is more of a grittier
Ooh.
So like
portrayal and more grounded.
A different
kind of
angle
how like
too.
yeah, it's kind of how like Good, the Bad, the Ugly. I would say is more legendary, and mythic, and like Django Unchained is grittier and realer too. So it's like that kind of thing. But yeah, I don't really know what else I can really say. I enjoyed it a lot. I probably will watch it again, not anytime soon, but
It's a heavier
It's a
one.
heavier and it's a long. It's a
2.5
slow
hours.
burn. Yeah.
Speaking of the soundtrack, an interesting choice that I thought was the use of Sid Vicious's "My Way" at the end of the movie instead of the Frank Sinatra "I Did It My Way" song, because the Frank Sinatra version is obviously very romanticized. It's a show tune, and it didn't work. So to use the Sid Vicious like crust punk kind of version was an interesting choice because it kind of just sucked. Anyway, let's do one of you two.
I'll go.
Nick will go.
Because I want to say something while it's in my head about the music. One, the songs they chose for this, they had to be true to the time period. So it had to like be released and be active during that time.
Except for "My Way,"
And
the Sid Vicious one.
and it had to the song had to somehow relate to what was happening in the scene.
Yeah, it was good, and it's like 50 show tunes, which is my jam. So
Yeah, I liked it. And that's why the soundtrack got really good there at the end
yeah,
when he was
I heard
being
Scorsese
crazy.
even picked the songs before he even wrote
that makes
it,
sense. He's
or like he knew what he was going to do for certain scenes.
Also, did you guys pick up on the "Oh No" song?
Yeah.
The "Oh No No No."
Yeah.
Like
I was
the
like,
TikTok
this is what it's
song?
from.
I missed
The
it.
original like
non sped
How?
up
Yeah.
version.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
we'll
was
have
in
to-
this
we'll have to
movie
look that
for
up when we're
5
done.
How
seconds.
did I miss
Wild.
that?
Let's
I was
look
like,
it up.
I was Leonardo DiCaprio in the chair.
Yeah. Do you remember what scene?
Like,
They were in a restaurant or a bar or something.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't
we'll
remember
look it
what
up. We'll look
for.
up the soundtrack after this.
So music was definitely something I enjoyed, which is why I gave it or will give it a hit.
It's a hit.
Nice.
Music was good. Oh no.
no.
I'm seeing faces over here. Music was good. Acting was great. I enjoyed that it didn't revolve around one event. It was really just you're following the life of
Well, Mob Life is fast.
yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It was
Yeah.
great. God, why don't you go ahead, you freaking nerd? Hit mid or miss.
I hate that this forces me to choose
That's why it's fun.
can't.
That's why it's fun. Yay!
because I feel like it has to be a hit. I guess
No,
do you
stick
think
with it.
You
Stick
think
with
it's
it.
it's
mid?
mid because I don't
What?
want to watch it again. I don't want to watch it again. It stressed me out.
It's a good movie,
It's
though.
mid.
Oh my God! It's
Oh,
not
wow.
mid.
Listen, I was stressed.
Yeah, good movie.
They repeated themselves too much.
It's a thriller, though. You're supposed to be stressed.
What do you mean they repeated themselves?
With just the Italian?
You busting
talk.
my balls? Are you busting my balls? No,
Oh.
I'm busting your balls. Are you
She's just
busting my
That's
racist.
their
balls?
culture.
She's racist against her own kind.
I
It's fine.
can't. That's not their culture. Listen, I've talked to some Italian
Listen, I'm
people.
Italian.
They didn't talk like that.
Okay. They weren't.
Not
Their
even in New
stereotype.
Jersey.
Oh boy.
So-
She thinks it's mid.
I don't want to watch it again.
But you
So
didn't enjoy it?
No, I guess I did. I enjoyed the first like hour and a half.
That was the best part, I thought.
And then like as we got towards the end, I was like on the couch like, oh.
The setup to this movie is delicious. It was so good.
Yeah, I really liked the backstory of him growing up.
Yeah, that was cool.
God, mid. That's hysterical. I'm gonna rescue the show. Obviously, it's a hit for me. I loved it. I kind of think that in my rose-tinted glasses and from what I remember, that The Godfather's better. But I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought it was less violent than I thought. And because 3 of us agree on it being a hit, this is a certified big room banger. Let's go. Certified
Cue the
big room
music.
I'm
banger.
not clapping because I didn't rate it a hit.
You know,
Yeah.
let's get an explosion on the screen.
Yeah.
If you can, it's the we could use the explosion of him blowing up the cabs as a kid. The biggest explosion of all time.
It was so much.
So that's kind of what we thought as
Our first certified banger.
first certified big room banger with the new rating system.
You think
that
they'll
will
put that on
surely
Wikipedia?
not.
Big room.
Can we
Yeah.
put that on Wikipedia?
That's like our Oscar.
We'll just add it. Guys, why haven't we just started editing Wikipedia pages for the exposure? Guys,
That's a good way to
As
get.
reviewed on. That's not.
It's a good way
That's
to
not a
it's
lie.
not a lie.
not get banned from editing Wikipedia articles.
Not all of
How
them.
will they know?
Should we pick a
How will
movie?
they know?
Not all of them.
Should we pick a movie? Carl, why don't you pick?
You
Yeah.
haven't picked one.
We
in a
gotta
couple
All
figure
years.
out
right. 2001: A
digital
Space
way.
Odyssey.
Actually, there's a way for Carl to pick.
Tell me when to stop. Just kind of.
I'm gonna put
Fluff 'em.
one in each of my hands,
Okay.
Okay.
and Carl's gonna take that and put it back. Carl's gonna say left or right,
Ooh.
Wait, his.
Stage left or
whichever. So wedding ring is my left hand.
okay.
It also doesn't matter. You're just picking.
Do we
one
get
of
to
two.
know the one
Left.
that he doesn't choose?
No,
No.
that goes
Okay,
right back in
okay.
the bucket. I'm not gonna look.
All right, I'm going left.
Left. Okay.
Yep.
The marriage hand.
This is The Big Sick.
Oh.
Okay.
Did I fly back in the bucket? Almost. The Big Sick
Almost.
is
It's right here.
a movie
I'm
that
Is that our
Excited.
newest movie?
I
Other
think
than
so.
the machine?
it might be.
Oh, yeah.
So The Big Sick came out in 2017. It is a romance / comedy, and the reason I wanted to watch it is
Kumail?
it stars Kumail Nanjiani, and it was written by his wife Emily Gordon, and it is their love story. She has a chronic, she's immunocompromised with an illness, and it's kind of them. It's their love story. I don't know really anything about it. I'm sure it'll have hashtag emotions in it, but no, I've wanted to watch it since it came out. They were talking about it on Harmontown when that Perfect podcast was a thing, so I'm pretty excited to watch it. I can look up the synopsis really quick though. Kumail is a Pakistani comic who meets an American graduate student named Emily at one of his stand-up shows. As their relationship blossoms, he soon becomes worried about what his traditional Muslim parents will think of her. When Emily suddenly comes down with an illness that leaves her in a coma, Kumail finds himself developing a bond with her deeply concerned mother and father. That's the movie.
Oh, I'm gonna cry.
Probably. At least we know she doesn't die because she wrote the movie.
Oh, that's true. It's true.
So she actually, she I think owned and operated Meltdown Comics for a while, which and she is the reason that Harmontown existed. She told Dan Harmon to start the podcast. So all of that is her fault.
Wow.
So yeah, I've got some fandom ties to Emily and
Yeah,
Kumail.
this one isn't one that's necessarily well known.
No,
I mean, it's
it's
pretty
not.
well known.
I
though.
think Kumail was in,
but it's more of a we're a fan.
I think he
You're a
was
fan?
getting famous because of Silicon Valley at this point in his career.
what a show.
But he's nowhere near as
Silicon
famous as
Valley's
he is now.
amazing.
Like now, Kumail's in freaking Marvel movies and he's massive.
Yeah.
He is.
Buddy cop movies with freaking Batista.
Dave Bautista.
Dave Batista,
Haven't
yeah,
seen
buddy
that.
cop movie with him, I think, or something like that. But yeah, we'll watch.
It was like an Uber spinoff or
yeah,
something?
yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
It came out like pandemic-ish time, I think, or slightly before. I don't remember. Maybe not. I don't remember. Who cares?
That's
That's
weird.
what we're gonna watch. And we'll get emotional. I don't think it's long. I don't remember. It has it's 2 hours.
Two
it
hours,
is
I bet.
98% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
It's I've not heard a single bad thing ever said about it.
I'm
That, one,
excited.
that one's gonna feel pretty light after
Yeah.
this one.
I don't know.
No?
A sickness movie?
Well,
Yeah, I don't know.
But we know it
about-
ends well.
Yeah,
she
but
doesn't
still,
die.
It could be a ride. So.
Unless they change
Yeah,
the ending
I
of
feel like it's gonna be.
Hey, maybe we'll have.
You know what would be better if you died?
It's more dramatic if,
If
we do
I
it
died,
like,
she
yeah.
wrote it too. It's her
Yeah.
movie. Anyway, maybe we'll have another certified banger on our hands.
Maybe.
We're
Maybe.
gonna watch that, and yeah, we will catch you in the next one.
All right.